It's not going to be as frigid tonight as it was last night by a pretty wide margin. Notice no negative signs up there this time around. Low to mid-teens to the east, upper teens around 20 out to the west with a few snow showers also starting to build in as we head into the day on Wednesday. Not much outside of the Black Hills, which we'll get to in a little bit, but it's also going to be a bit of a breezy day as well with highs right around 30. We'll talk about the rest of your forecast coming up in a little bit, but until then, first at 4 starts right now.
Live from KILOLAND Media Group. KILOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, we're going to take you to Hill City, where crews battled an early morning blaze.
Plus, the South Dakota company planning to change its legal jurisdiction.
And how rising egg prices are impacting an Iowa chicken farm. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A death investigation is underway following our recent cold snap, and the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help.
Just before 10 o'clock Sunday night, authorities responded to a call on Madison Street between La Mesa Drive and Ellis Road, which is on the far western edge of the city. That's where they found the body of 35-year-old Cassandra Shields.
Authorities believe she died of exposure. She was wearing winter clothing, but at the time, the temperature was 3 below zero and the wind chill was minus 14. At this point, authorities aren't saying Shields' death is suspicious, but they're trying to figure out why she was out in the cold on a road that is under construction.
And they want to know why and how she got to that area, who she was with, and why she was there. If you have any information that can help with the investigation, you can contact the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office or call Crime Stoppers. We're going to take a closer look at the investigation tonight on KILOLAND News at 6.
Deadwood police are reminding people to lock their cars following 2 arrests. Authorities caught up with the men around 8:30 last night in the area of Lee and Sherman Streets. That's near downtown. That's where they arrested 2 men for unlawful entry. Police say it's a good reminder to lock your cars and try not to leave them running.
Firefighters in the Black Hills face some cold temperatures while battling an early morning blaze. Crews were called to the fire just north of Hill City about just after 2 o'clock. The Pennington County Fire Service shared this video from the scene, and you can see smoke coming from the building. Officials say that the Red Cross is helping the residents.
Well, it sounds like our extreme cold is on the way out.
It was brutal over the weekend, wasn't it?
We need a change, Adam.
And we are getting a change in a pretty big way. Already compared to yesterday, we are doing so much better. Not just in Sioux Falls, but across really a majority of, if not completely all across KILOLAND. Great Bears reopened. Yesterday they were closed due to the extreme cold, but no such concern this time around. Now up to 20 at the airport, south wind at 15 miles per hour. You can see the lift there going with some evening skiers and boarders getting ready to go on the hill. Meanwhile, in Huron, cloud cover increasing out that way in Beadle County as well. They're at 19 with the south wind at 14 miles per hour. It has been breezy today, but again, considering what we've had to deal with the previous couple of days, this is far more tolerable. And look out west, 36 in Spearfish. We're at the freezing mark in Rapid City. 30 for Phillip, 30 Buffalo, 30 also your number over toward Pierre, 26 in Yankton. Teens as well from Brookings up to Sisseton, Aberdeen at 18, and then up and down from Ortonville to Spencer over in Iowa and all points in between. But regardless of where you are, look at the difference between now and 24 hours ago. It is anywhere from 30 to 40 degrees warmer in many locations compared to the same point 24 hours ago when we were well within the core of that bitter cold. And believe it or not, we'll take a few more steps in the right direction, just not every single day, but we'll break down those details coming up. Some scattered snow showers out there, though, right now up to the northeast and then out in central and southern portions of South Dakota as well. Not amounting to too much for much of the area. But you notice that winter weather advisory for the Black Hills. That is going to be in place until noon Mountain Time on Thursday, where they can see upward of 4 to 8 inches of snow out in the central and northern hills. We'll talk about that as well and go through the rest of your 7-day forecast as we head through the hour.
All right. Thanks a lot, Adam. Daktronics is taking steps to move its legal jurisdiction out of South Dakota. The company announced that it's working to change its incorporation jurisdiction to the state of Delaware. The change is pending upon the approval of the company's shareholders. If it's approved, Delaware would be considered the home state of Daktronics. Company officials say that the change would not impact Daktronics' business operations in South Dakota, though. Its corporate headquarters, along with several important departments and the majority of its employees, will remain in South Dakota.
People across the country are paying more at the grocery store for eggs. The rise in cost is being blamed on the bird flu. Kayla James takes a look at how it's impacting people in Iowa, including a local chicken farm.
While the demand for eggs was definitely higher a few years back, Wild Rose Pastures farmer says there's definitely a slight increase in demand now. With around 50 hens at Wild Rose Pastures,
You don't farm because it's easy.
owner and operator Ryan Marcourt stays busy.
We sell grass-fed beef. We sell some chickens. We do a lot less of that than we used to.
And Marcourt sells eggs,
Hey, ladies. How we doing?
selling them to some regulars, people who shop via his website and the Iowa Food Co-op in Des Moines.
We are seeing an increase from like a few months ago.
Due in part to the rise in egg prices in grocery stores. A USDA report released last Friday shows retail prices for eggs range from $2 to $10 per dozen.
We're probably seeing about maybe a 25% increase in like customers asking about eggs.
Which is significant, but not as much as a few years ago when Marcourt says his farm witnessed a 100% increase over normal. The cause then is the same now, bird flu.
Anytime you have a restriction in supply, you're going to see a tightening and an elevation in prices, and that's clearly happening here.
This is all across the country.
Iowa State University extension economist and professor Chad Hart agrees. He says bird flu outbreaks usually occur in the fall or spring, not in the dead of winter.
That's why it's having a more profound impact on egg production.
The American Egg Board tells KCCI around 40 million laying hens died in the U.S. this past year due to bird flu.
We're short of eggs in the market. That's why prices are high. At the same time, too, we're short of eggs to rebuild the flock as well.
When it comes to the availability of eggs in stores, the American Egg Board says the U.S. is just coming out of the highest demand season of the year due to the holidays.
As long as we have inventory, we're willing to sell it.
In Van Meter, Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.